Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to another live stream here on the channel. Hopefully you're all having a great, I don't even know what day it is. I already forgot the day, low-key. Sunday, that's what day it is. Great Sunday thus far. Yeah, we've got alerts coming in left, right, and center. So let's go ahead and dive into it, see if this new scene, okay, on. We're good. There we go, new overlay. And just in time.
This tornado warning has been upgraded.
Is that a double echo for you guys? Did you guys hear that twice? You guys might have heard that twice right there, but we do have a PDS tornado warning over here now in southeastern Kansas. This is an observed large and extremely dangerous tornado out here in southeastern Kansas. Make sure you get to your safe spot. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Tornado warning. I'm going to have to... I think these alerts are coming in twice. They might be coming in twice. So what I could do is mute that. See if it's coming in once now. Because those might just be coming in twice. But yeah, I'm assuming that this is a large tornado on the ground here. I haven't seen any chaser feeds, but I'm sure you guys might be able to see that, you know, if you have any chasers up right now, that this is probably a large tornado on the ground. I know just before I went live, this looked like it was about to drop a large tornado, which is why I went live considerably earlier. And obviously, it is likely on the ground with a large and extremely dangerous tornado. So this is again a PDS tornado warning in southeastern Kansas. Run to your safe spot right now. We haven't had a whole bunch of notable tornado activity before this point. We've had a few brief spin-up tornadoes confirmed by the public, but nothing that looked notable enough for me to go live before this point. You guys heard that? Okay, good. So I think if I have my headphones on, you guys get a double ping on that, which it could be a little annoying, but, you know, it comes in at the same time, so you really can't tell. But that is a PDS tornado warning again in southeastern Kansas, so please run to your safe spot. This is for over 7,639 people. Definitely run to your safe spot. And real quick, I also just want to mention everyone and their mother is live right now, so I am extraordinarily grateful for all the people joining in this live stream. It is really glad to see you guys all in this chat with so many people live. I do recommend that if you're, you have this up in the background, if you want to, go ahead and pull up some chaser feeds too. That makes the experience a lot more enjoyable. If you have like three different chaser feeds up, and then me here in the background, I've found that to be very enjoyable. That's what I do with other coverage streams. New overlay sure is, Catman. Very excited to see how well it works today. The old one was definitely getting buggy, so we'll see how this one ends up working for us today. We're gonna test it today, but I have a good feeling I'm gonna end up making all my overlays this. And there's a new severe thunderstorm warning there in Missouri. So again, we do have a PDS tornado warning in effect here across southeastern Kansas. For Cherryvale, north of Independence, make sure you run to your safe spot now. It's in this flashing purple and pink polygon. It kind of blends in with my tornado watch on WeatherWise. That's definitely something I'm going to have to fix soon. But definitely make sure you're in your safe spot here. If this is not on the ground, it is definitely close to producing a large and strong tornado here. So definitely want to make sure you're in your safe spot there. Outside of that, we have a isolated tornado risk here. Ooh, never like to see a storm that looks like this in southwest Missouri. Definitely want to keep an eye on that area of convergence. Very weak rotation on our tornado warning in Missouri. And something that I was pointing out to Lucky earlier today, I am very concerned about this area of convergence on winds. We looked at this earlier in the briefing earlier today, where those winds are coming from the south and meeting winds that are going from the northwest, and they collide, and they act like a boundary that is set up here in north central Oklahoma. And that is what's happening here. And because of that, the SPC issued earlier today a 60-40 tornado watch out in this area. And I definitely agree with that, moderate, pretty good probability tornado watch there. Yeah, Sam's the one who helped me get this overlay set up, so thank you, Sam. And the person who made the overlay was in the chat yesterday, and that's how I ended up finding out about it. Was the person who was in the chat and literally made the overlay, and then Sam, I went to Sam's live stream and saw that he had it. So if that person comes in chat, I'll let y'all know. I'll probably end up changing the link in the description to this overlay, because right now, the last overlay we had was overworn, I believe, or something like that. This one's a little bit different. So yeah, let's see here. There we go. So we're going to continue to watch that PDS tornado warning. It is in a bit of a radar hole here, but we do know that this is definitely produced at least one large tornado here. Does it change over time? Yes, it does. Right now, the priority is a PDS tornado warning, so that's what you're going to see the most right now. It might just stay at PDS because that's a very high priority warning right there. But yeah, it will change over time. So yeah, just let it change over time. But right now, again, that it has a PDS tornado warning on it, so that's very, very high priority. See, there you go. It changed. I didn't touch it. It's really staying on that PDS warning because that's, our high-end warning. It's not cycling through any of the severe warnings because we've got that tornado warning and then the big PDS here. I do note the CC, but I don't know if that is hail or debris. You could see it disappeared in one scan, so I'm pretty sure that was probably just a little bit low on y'all's end. I'm going to turn that up to 0.75%. But that was most likely hail there. But we just got a new PDS severe thunderstorm warning that just got upgraded for Clay, Texas, and a few counties in Oklahoma. That's going to be our storm here on the border of Texas and Oklahoma for 2.75-inch hail and 70-mile-an-hour winds. Tornado possible tag on that as well. I believe this storm produced a tornado. I'm not for sure, but I think at some point this produced a tornado, and I know that it's been producing a lot of hail. That's for sure. cone or stovepipe via chaser. Alright, so definitely know that this is on the ground. If it wasn't, it is back on the ground. So if you are in this area, this is in southeastern Kansas, going towards Cherryvale. Does this meet Tor E criteria yet? It depends what chasers are seeing on the ground, because radar takes some account into it for sure, but when you're this far, chaser and ground truth from the radar site being almost 7,000 feet up with our radar beam, ground truth is going to be taken a lot more into consideration when we talk about a Tor E caliber this far away from radar. But this storm we've been watching for a very, very long time. I have been watching for a very long time off of stream. This was the one of the main storms I was watching the most, and the reason why is because it's right in that bullseye of 20 supercell composite, and you can see those storms firing in northern Oklahoma, also in that bullseye. And we do have a bullseye of violent tornado parameter, multiple bullseyes. So we have this big bullseye in here, and then we have another one down in here that's moving up north. This will be our potential midnight risk for strong tornadoes. This is our midday risk for strong tornadoes. All right, that is going to be a tornado warning over here for El Dorado Springs for the next 41 minutes. So get in your safe spot there. Make sure you're in your safe spot. That area of convergence trying to come together and drop a tornado west of El Dorado Springs. Definitely a very strong area of rotation. Definitely a very strong area of rotation. Yeah, this is a I keep calling these prefrontals. They're not technically prefrontals. I mean, your front is further to the back. I did not mean to switch to that. I apologize. Your front is further off to the back. So I guess you may be able to call these prefrontals. But I'm not for sure. Oh, all that showed was Czar. Sweet. All that showed was, I don't know how to pronounce that dude's name, but he's a cool dude in Texas. I've never accidentally switched to Twitter before on stream. There's a first for everything. Thank goodness it didn't show something else, you know? Twitter can be out of control, but my feed is almost all NASCAR and weather, so... Worst case scenario, it would be showing like a copyrighted tornado photo. That would be the worst case scenario right there. Any new thoughts on tomorrow? Let's hold off till we have, you know, not a PDS tornado warning. I'll hold off on that. But yeah, again, just get to your safe spot. This is a large and extremely dangerous tornado ongoing. Going towards just to the north of Cherryvale. I think it will stay north of Cherryvale. But this could be a very long-term problem. I think some of you guys in chat were just discussing that. And this could very well be a long-tracked supercell that could survive for hours on end here. Well into the overnight hours across Oklahoma and then tracking into Missouri. So, wouldn't be shocked if the SPC puts out a special MCD on this at some point. Because this very well could be a problem for literally hours on end here, all the way into southwestern Missouri. So, early heads up there, you know, if you are in this area, Carthage, Lamar, Springfield, Missouri. Okay, that's, that is the northern side of your warning going PDS. So we've got 2 PDS warnings on this particular storm now. Out here in Cherryvale and just north of Cherryvale in southeastern Kansas. That overlay low-key overpowered though. This overlay is awesome. It's literally like 10 times better than the last one we had. Let's see here. I'm going to pull up a chaser real quick. Let me see if you guys can hear this. Okay, you can't. That's good. I just pulled up Connor. I can't tell if that's on the ground or not, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, that could easily just be... I mean, if there was a tornado, that's right where it's gonna be. I'm looking about 2 minutes ago in the stream. That's right where it would be. If that is the tornado, that's definitely a large cone tornado. But he's just a little bit too far for me to be 100% confident on that. But based on velocity, yeah, I mean, that's... He most likely is right next to a large cone tornado. Most likely. It's hard to tell, though, because this is rain wrap. So don't go outside looking to see if this thing's on the ground or not. We're fairly confident this is a large tornado on the ground. So if you are in the PDS warning, don't wait. Run to your safe spot. We've only had one storm in Texas, but just like yesterday, that one storm in Texas yesterday, we got another one here in Texas, just one supercell all on its own. This one thankfully been a little bit less tornadic, but still the same problems with hail and damaging winds. And this one is tracking a little bit more east than the one yesterday as well. But almost the same scenario. I mean, it fired in almost the same exact area, tracked almost the same exact way up until it started turning more east than southeast. And poses almost the same hazards, just a little lower tornado threat than the cell yesterday. I'm definitely getting concerned about these storms in Oklahoma. If you live in Oklahoma, if you live up here in Bartlesville, maybe just north of Tulsa, I don't know if Tulsa's going to be in trouble with this stuff. I feel like this stuff is going to track just north of Tulsa, Oklahoma. So my main concern is Bartlesville, back down towards maybe as far south as Claremore. And just north of Tulsa for like Cleveland and those areas. Definitely want to watch those supercells. That's a new considerable severe thunderstorm warning. So that's a significant severe just issued out here. So that is for 70-mile-an-hour winds and 1-inch hail. Let's go back to our PDS tornado warning here. All right, I think that is just a continuation of our one here on the border of Texas and Oklahoma. They've kept that at 2.75-inch hail and 70-mile-per-hour winds there. No clear view of this storm here, the PDS tornado warning in southeastern Kansas. Still could easily be a large cone tornado on the ground. So make sure you're still in your safe spot if you're in Cherryvale and surrounding areas. Another considerable back out there in Missouri. I think that could have been the one for Greenfield for 1.75-inch hail. It's either the one for Greenfield or it is the one for up here. Yeah, we're getting all sorts of considerables out here. We have 4 considerables, I believe, out here. 3. 1, 2, and 3. So all 3 of these just got updated. Gracious. They're spamming those considerables, aren't they? What's happening is they're all being just extended. We just got a new MCD. I wonder if that's the special MCD I was mentioning the potential for. That's a special MCD for southern Oklahoma and northern Texas there. And let's see here. Florida. That's something. Yeah, so they also just tornado warned this storm here in Texas, too. Not that strong of rotation. But, yeah, definitely an area to watch, for sure. And then you have these storms continuing that severe thunderstorm warning there for 60-mile-an-hour winds, 0.75-inch hail. This thing's having to catch up on alerts. Georgia. Yep, Georgia. What are we at? We're at 5 tornado warnings and 12 severes. No tornado on the ground so far. Yeah, that's your warning in Texas. Oh, no, actually, that's the one in Missouri. Yeah, those are just continuing tornado warnings. Not technically new, they're just still there, you know? I feel like this thing might be duplicating some of them considerables in Missouri. I feel like I've seen that like 20 times. Yeah, I don't see a tornado on the ground with this PDS anymore. That's the one in Oklahoma and Texas. There you go. That's the one in Oklahoma and Texas. If they spam, they're just updating them. Yeah, they do update the warnings a lot. So no surprise there. Yeah, we've got this still a really good area of rotation here. That is just to the northwest of Cherryvale. We'll continue to watch this closely as this continues off to the east. Big time hail in this thing too. It's warned for 2-inch hail, but you can see there's reports of 2.5-inch hail around it. So this thing's very much capable of producing 2+ inch hail. Again, I don't see a tornado on the ground from chasers here, but still being your safe spot, because if this does drop a tornado, it's most probable to be strong. So get to your safe spot. Yeah, this one in Texas, I mean, it's not that crazy area of rotation. This thing's just had a wall cloud for a while, and so they're just making sure, just in case it produces a tornado, they're just going to put a warning on it. That's a new considerable warning for the north side up here for 1.75-inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds for the north side of our supercell, producing that PDS tornado warning storm. And that is still PDS for 14 more minutes. Probably a meso handoff. Yeah, it looks like that area of rotation's weakened considerably. Let's see here. 1,163 people in that tornado warning in northern Texas. And far south central Oklahoma. Is that for Oklahoma at all? The tiniest sliver of Oklahoma. There is a new considerable, so toward possible 2-inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. Like Sam said, next time that thing starts spamming warnings, I'm just going to refresh it, because yeah, every couple minutes they'll update a bunch of warnings. They do it. We see it all the time. Even weather-wise, when we have a bunch of tornado warnings, like remember on April 17th, 2026, how there was just consistent beeping, like literally every other second, because they update the warnings so consistently. Yeah, I don't think this is on the ground anymore, so now we could go ahead and talk about tomorrow. Let's go ahead and talk about tomorrow here. Yeah, Lucy, you're cooked. Definitely. Why did Lucky call me? Hold on, this might be important. Hi? He wants to show me his food. Sure, why not? I mean, it's not like we definitely totally don't have a PDS tornado warning right now. Lucky's got to show me his box of pizza. I could barely see it. Turn on the light. Stream ain't gonna see you. Are you eating that whole thing, Lucky? Oh my word, this dude's about to eat 1,400 calories of pizza. Or more. Or more. Oh my goodness, dude. Yeah, so Lucy, I don't know why you're not in a Sig 2 tornado risk for tomorrow. I really couldn't tell you. Okay, thank you. Now you've made me hungry. Oh, they dropped the PDS down to radar indicated extension. This dude. All right, I'll talk to you later. Have fun. All right, bye. This dude, man, this dude. Went considerable on this storm in north central Oklahoma for 1.75-inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds, and a torp possible tag. Still surprised we haven't seen an MCD here. I'm still surprised we haven't seen like a special MCD in this area for the potential of these storms to produce a strong tornado or two. Oh yeah, let me talk more about tomorrow. I sorry, Lucy, I got distracted by Lucky's pizza. My bad. Morning convection, I think, is being overdone quite a bit on these models. I really am not buying the full over convection scenario. I do think, actually, I almost know that we're going to have morning convection tomorrow, and I almost know that it's going to influence the threat for tomorrow. But don't get the wrong idea. Just because we have morning convection tomorrow doesn't mean that you won't be under the gun for a pretty high-end echelon event. And I think the main risk tomorrow is going to be focused over St. Louis. Earlier today, I drew out where I think a moderate risk is most likely, and I was thinking from just northeast of St. Louis down to southeastern Missouri. This is where I think our greatest threat for tornadoes exists tomorrow, and a good chunk of that is in the 5% and the 10% SIG 1, and a little bit of that is in the 10% SIG 2. So I think they could go moderate for Tor and maybe even wind, but I think the wind should be hatched. I don't know why the wind is not hatched tomorrow. I really don't. I think they should go moderate. Honestly, Lucy, I'm gonna disagree with that because I think that we are gonna have a volatile environment across central to southern Illinois to southeastern Missouri. And it may be a widespread one like the NAM shows and like the RAP shows, or it may be a more smaller area like the HRRR shows. But I think tomorrow should go moderate for tornadoes. Maybe not in the morning, but maybe like at the 1630Z update, I think they have a good chance to go moderate. Has timing changed? I mean, you definitely want to watch for the risk of some morning convection to pose a severe hazard. But the main risk is going to definitely be tomorrow, close to about 6 o'clock Central Time is when it's going to start. At least that's what I'm looking at right now for tomorrow. And like I said, I really think we're going to see a moderate around this vicinity in here. Somewhere in there. Actually, I don't know if you saw the HREF, which we showed this before it blew up on Twitter, by the way. Like, literally an hour after I showed this started exploding on Twitter. Where this has this huge 15% risk for tornadoes tomorrow, and then also has a 30% almost on top of St. Louis. And right there, you see that white circle right there? That is where Lucy lives. Not actually. But that is the storm chaser luck right there. That is the storm chaser luck. I swear that's how it be on these higher end days. Top tier engagement bait. I don't know if this just got issued, but we have a destructive out here in Missouri. Out for central Missouri, so be in your safe spot there. Upgraded to considerable. So that's probably this one. Just got upgraded to considerable for 2.5-inch hail. See if the PDS one comes in right here, right after this. Oh, nope. Maybe I missed it. I have issues about tomorrow. That personally comes down to storm mode. I still think tomorrow is going to be worth a moderate, though. I still think it will be worth a moderate. But you definitely warranted concerns for storm mode being an underperformance factor in morning convection. Hey, remember when you guys threw out all the model runs that had morning convection? Wasn't that like last night? You still buy that? You still think we're going to have no morning convection? I'm pretty sure there's some people in chat who are literally not buying like morning convection being a problem. What's going on tonight? A regional tornado outbreak with a few strong tornadoes, mainly from central Missouri all the way back down to central Oklahoma. That's the main corridor. And that could shift even further off to the west depending on how convection evolves tonight. Here's one of our simulated runs here. And you can see we can see additional supercell development tonight somewhere across north central Oklahoma, southern Kansas. Think I'll see anything spooky? You might be good. You might be good. You might be good. The worst seems to be like literally probably going to stay a county to your north. At least right now. Now we will have to watch this guy. We'll have to watch this guy. See if this guy goes due east and becomes a problem for like Tulsa and your area. Or if this guy goes northeast like this. We'll have to see. New SPC. Why did I forget that? MCD. I think this is going to be the special one. It says for Southeast Kansas and Northeast Oklahoma. So I think this is going to be the special one we've been waiting for here across this area. You'll love to see radar holes, man. So fun. But yeah, I think this storm could end up being a problem here, as it's in a very favorable environment. This northern one in north central Oklahoma. Ooh, big time hail on this one. 2.75-inch hail near Pittsburgh in southwestern Missouri. Definitely want to watch that. All right, here's the MCD. See what it has. I believe that is for the Greenfield storm. Sure is. It sure is. All right, I'll show this from Twitter because it gets in quicker on Twitter. Actually, don't have to. It just came in on the SBC site. What do you know? So there you go. If we zoom in, tornado development possible next hour across northern Oklahoma, and then a strong tornado possible in the next hour across southeastern Kansas. And then you can see the red MCD they highlighted here, although this red overlay of instability definitely makes it a little difficult to see where that MCD is for. And this is for the potential of 2 to 3.5 inch hail, 55 to 70 mile an hour winds, and a few tornadoes, 1 or 2 strong. And maybe even an intense tornado being possible as that lower level jet increases. I mean, look at that hotspot, man. That storm, gonna cause problems. Gonna cause problems. And just a better look on where that MCD is for, because it wasn't very clear. There you go. So just like I was talking about, staying probably north of Tulsa. So that's your main area to watch right now. Although this storm here could cause problems for just north of Tulsa, outside of that MCD area. Oops. Meant to turn off the MCD, not zoom out that much. I don't know if Boyles is on the desk for tonight and tomorrow. I wish I could figure out who's going to do what outlook. Because like I said, if Boyles gets on, I have a good feeling that he's going to go moderate. Oh, he made the MCD? For real? Haha, wait, really? Haha, he sure did. There's the GOAT. There's the GOAT himself. So that's why we got an MCD, because Boyles is on desk here. See, he knows what's up. He knows what's up. Remember, I called for an MCD to be issued in this area. And there you go, Broyles issued it. So, can always count on Broyles, man. Never fails. Well, Lucy, your GOAT is probably going to end up putting you in a moderate if Broyles does the day one SPC outlook. Why are Broyles MCDs just better? Because they're so good. You literally, like, it's rare that you can disagree with a Broyles MCD. Pretty rare. I mean, it was pretty obvious that this area needed to be highlighted for the potential of strong tornadoes when you have a VTP like that. Lucy, I know around the St. Louis area, they're canceling all activities beyond, like, 3 p.m. So, like, any after-school activities tomorrow, I know are being canceled across that area. Yeah, St. Louis is taking tomorrow very seriously. Wouldn't even be surprised if they do an early release depending on how storms look tonight into tomorrow. Ooh. I wonder if they'll cancel those, Lucy. I feel like it'd be a good idea to. I know the worst storms aren't supposed to roll in till, like I said earlier, probably 6 o'clock or a little later. But I doubt you're going to be able to do much after-school activities with consistent rain across St. Louis. But maybe it will be, just barely off to y'all's north. So you could do some after-school activities out there. But look how this model run keeps changing. Like, look at that. You can't tell me there's any consistency on morning convection tomorrow. No consistency with this model run at all. Look how much further north it's started to trend already. It's already trended further north with those storms in Missouri. And a little bit weaker, so we'll have to see. I'm not really trusting the HRRR much for tomorrow at this moment. Hold on. There we go. My back support fell down. I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old. I need back support on my chairs. Once you hit that 20 years old mark, it's like everything starts to hurt. Back pain starts coming in, knee pain starts coming in. It all hits like a freight train. I wouldn't be surprised if they go tour possible on this storm here. Or maybe even do a tornado warning with this cell in northeastern Oklahoma. Okay, Caden. If you hear counting in the background, my little brother is playing hide and seek right now. I did not live through World War One. Wonder how these mergers are going to affect this storm in Cherryvale. Definitely could increase tornado genesis. That was the Boston Tea Party. Dang, bro. I ain't heard about that since high school. (18Z) RRFSA here, which, by the way, shows convection through downtown St. Louis at noon. So, you know, St. Louis never really stops with morning convection. It's even still raining at 5 o'clock, and then boom, supercells. So, I really do think, like I said, we'll see a moderate around the St. Louis area pointing to the south, and maybe a little further north than St. Louis too, but it just depends on northern extent. Let me check that. I wouldn't say it has a lot less morning convection. If we compare where that is to the 18Z at noon. Here's the 18Z at noon. It is more north. Definitely 18Z is further south. 23Z is further, or 22Z is further north. For sure. My house is gone if that verifies. That's awful. How's South Tulsa looking? Hey! Called it. Ooh, shoot. Just in time, too. This thing's probably going to try to drop a strong tornado. South of Tulsa, I think you're going to be good today. I don't expect much around or south of Tulsa. I think the worst so far looks to be staying north of Tulsa. You can see this nice little gap here south of Tulsa down to Oklahoma City. But I expect the worst severe weather today will be right in this area here. That's where I'm looking at. The absolute worst. And then we have some random storm in Texas that's still trying to crank. But yeah, in that wide area there, I think will be the biggest severe threat tonight. And, I mean, we're going to continue to see severe weather all the way till tomorrow. We're not going to stop. I wouldn't be surprised if we stay with a severe thunderstorm warning active the entire day into tomorrow. Like, it wouldn't shock me if we just never have 0 severe thunderstorm warnings until, like, Tuesday morning. Yeah, but that's very concerning. I think we could have a strong tornado drop at any moment going towards Blackland in north central Oklahoma. I've been calling out this storm for a long time here, ever since I saw it fire. I called it out to Lucky. I called this area out, actually, earlier in the live stream. Earlier in the last live stream, rather, I called this area out. Because we were looking at those changing wind speeds. Right in this area, so we thought storms would fire here. At some point. We didn't know when. You know, some models said 4 o'clock, but It definitely looked a little bit later based on mesoanalysis, and it was closer to, maybe 7 o'clock when this fired Eastern time. Really increasing with rotation. This could definitely be a huge problem. Downstream, not going in a very populated area, but this is going to be near Bartlesville here soon. Where's Barnsdale? Oh, okay, thank goodness. I knew Barnsdale was near here. Y'all are good. This is going to your north. Y'all are good. But we do want to watch this storm here, too, for Pawnee to see where that tracks. See if it goes north of Tulsa or heads closer to Barnsdale. Is that on the Oklahoma storm, Critty? I'd have to imagine it is. But this is probably going to try to ramp up, too, up here in Cherryvale again. As these cell mergers hit it. So, yeah, weak tornado on the ground here. If it fully condenses, it's probably going to be strong. Let's go over to that. I believe that is right here. For Wheatland and surrounding areas. Very broad, weak area of rotation here. But still worth a warning in Missouri. Yeah, Broyles nails it again, obviously. Who's shocked, though? Like, really? Who's actually shocked? It's Broyles. If anybody's mesoscale discussion is going to verify, it's Broyles. Let's see. Person you said in chat, I know that guy. Almost went right to where he was in North Carolina last year. Yeah, nothing notable on the ground right now here in Oklahoma. Just some brief vortices and brief tornadoes. That are very brief and very weak. But nothing notable right now. At least ongoing. But there is a funnel cloud, so this is an imminent tornado still. And it looks like it's... like, there's multiple little funnels to watch here. Oh, well, there's the main funnel. Looks like that might be on the ground. I can't see the dust cloud, but I think we've got another tornado on the ground here. Small tornado on the ground. Probably won't be small for long with that velocity signature. Probably not going to be small for long with that. That is a very strong area of rotation going towards Blackland and eventually going to head towards Hurd in northeastern Oklahoma. Oh, well, this tornado might not be the one to be a strong one here, because this is just, looks like it's already lifted at this point. Yep, it's lifted, so looks like that little wispy tornado wasn't the one to be a big problem. Oh, wispy little thing's back. It's literally like, it's trying. It is trying very, very hard to drop a big tornado, but instead it comes out as these tiny little wispy rope tornadoes. Looks like a second one trying to drop right there, too. A little bit more of a disorganized, larger funnel cloud left of the previous tiny little rope. Maybe another wispy rope trying to touch down here. This thing's literally probably close to, if not maybe even produced 3 weak wispy rope tornadoes. Am I blind? You guys are saying fully condensed. I think this stream is a little bit slower than the one you guys are watching. Man, you guys must be a little bit ahead of me here. Yeah, likely a strong tornado. Oh yeah, look how fast that thing's dropping. This chaser's got a bit more of a delay. Let's go to this one. Golly. Yeah, that is a very strong tornado. Big stovepipe ongoing. Fully condensed, strong tornado on the ground. That thing rapidly expanded too, dude. Rapidly expanded. So, strong tornado ongoing in northeastern Oklahoma. Going towards Blackland. And eventually going to go towards Hurd and Blackheart. Or rather, Big Heart. It is crazy how fast these things touch down and just vanish. It shows you how precise the environment has to be, because like this thing literally just dropped down as a strong tornado and now it's almost fully gone. That's absolutely insane. Wow. Oh, now it's back down. Is that 2 tornadoes? Might be 2 tornadoes on the ground. It's hard to see out of this camera. But I think yep. Go back to that. A little bit more to the right. Yeah, right there. I think we have weak twin tornadoes ongoing and one's trying to fully condense. So twin tornadoes now ongoing. What's up with the recent uptick in twin tornadoes here in 2026? We've had so many twin tornadoes. It's actually absurd. That was wild. 2026, the year of the twins. Yeah, definitely had twins on the ground at one point here. And I think both have lifted. These are like, we've had like 2 or 3 brief weak vortexes that barely touched down and were very, very weak. Barely can consider them tornadoes. Then we had a tiny little rope. Then we had a big stovepipe that was strong for like literally 60 seconds. Then it lifted. And then we turned into 2 twin tornadoes seconds after that. And then not but 60 seconds after those twins touched down, they both have lifted again. This thing is doing all sorts of stuff. Most of which is doing very little to no damage. New tornado ongoing here in Cherry Vale in southeastern Kansas. So new tornado on the ground now in southeast Kansas. So be in your safe spot there. Also a new considerable out here in Missouri for Max Creek. So we'll monitor those in Missouri, but really the main concern here is right near the border of Oklahoma and Kansas. That's where our main activity's been. We also have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Pawnee and Oklahoma toward possible severe there. Oh, the 00ZH is initiated. Yep, let's see how poorly that happened. Yep, already initiated this supercell in Oklahoma. Dead wrong. What in the all name of insanity is that? What in the world is Kansas doing? Thankfully, most of that, if not next to all of it, is all elevated slop. The only real tornado threat would be this one here in southern Kansas, northern Oklahoma. But look at that. Even into central Arkansas, we continue to see supercells overnight. Well, better get the energy drinks out if you plan on staying up all night, because this threat could definitely go well into the overnight hours. That is very much for certain, really. We should have a new SPC outlook here very shortly. They're probably just kind of debating on what to do here. How far to extend those risks into Arkansas and what to do with the Tor probs. But I don't expect much considerable change with the new outlook here very soon. So tomorrow could still go moderate, but the only way tomorrow was actually going to achieve its full ceiling was if today does nothing. And that's not the case. Today is definitely doing something. We also just got this warning to be updated here in northeastern Oklahoma. No longer a confirmed tornado warning there. No longer a confirmed tornado warning there, so that has been downgraded. Let's see. Still, though, easily could produce a tornado near Blackland and heading towards eventually Big Heart. And if this recycles well after these mergers, we could get another strong tour out of this one in Mound Valley going towards Montana, southeastern Kansas. Considerable severe in Oklahoma. So they downgraded that from destructive to considerable. The SPC is late. It should have been out 5 minutes ago. The SPC outlook is late. Late SPC outlook for today. 3-inch hail, I believe that's... Yeah, 3-inch hail from 35 minutes ago in this storm. We've had a lot of 3-inch hail reports. I haven't seen anything greater than that. Let's see here. And there's your new outlook. They didn't expand much. I really thought they'd expand more into Arkansas. But they disexpanded the slight on the southern side and actually disexpanded some of the marginal from Arkansas. So no considerable changes like I was actually thinking there for the new SPC outlook. But it is out. We'll get the probabilities in just a bit. Man, talk about over-convection slop fest here. Problem is, though, this is the issue. That's still a favorable environment for tornadoes, even tomorrow morning. So, yeah, if anything fires out there, we could get a strong tornado threat in central Missouri. Really never stopping tonight. Going all day into tomorrow. So the SPC outlook is out on IEM bot, but I haven't gotten the notification from the Storm Prediction Center themselves, which means it's going to be a hot minute before we get the probabilities. It probably won't be like 5 minutes like it was earlier today. Look how much further north. Let's see. Am I tripping, or do I like not see much of a further north trend? All that's happened here is these storms are further to the south and this one's further to the north, so they're not connected. But if you take a look here at like supercell composite, I imagine it's close to the same. Ooh, definitely not. Golly. Definitely not the same. Definitely more north. For sure. But I wonder if this line is going to wipe out some more of that warm sector, because that line is getting very strong on this run. All right, here's your new SPC outlook for today. We've got a SIG 2 tornado risk, moderate risk for severe weather in southeastern Oklahoma, northeastern Texas. So they just upgraded. Just kidding. Stupid old outlook. They've done this like every single update. This is old. This is yesterday's outlook. Yet again, they absolutely fail and put a moderate risk for today. Apparently, we have the exact same placement, exact same probabilities, and exact same moderate risk that we had yesterday for today. So give it about 10 minutes, they'll fix this up. We'll get our actual outlook for today. That is not our actual outlook. Yeah, still watching how these mergers hit this storm. Probably going to get a strong tornado threat out of it here in southeastern Kansas in a bit. Wonder how long it will take for them to fix it, because last time it took almost 20 minutes. Earlier this morning they did it. I made a post about it on Twitter because that's a pretty dang crucial mistake. You know, if you're not a weather enthusiast, you're going to think that that's the actual outlook for today. You may not recognize that that's the outlook from yesterday. Oof. Yeah. Look at your 2 bullseyes, man. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This guy's moving right into that 14 violent tornado parameter. And then here's our conditional risk tonight that is just going to keep drifting up further and further up north into Oklahoma and eventually be a volatile environment somewhere on the border, maybe south of the border of Oklahoma and Kansas. Very late tonight, close to 1 a.m. Eastern. You could see how that bullseye may look here. 4 hours from now, you jump to 50 supercell composite. 50 supercell composite across western Oklahoma in 4 to 6 hours. Very volatile environment possible, but very conditional. Still ain't fixed the outlook yet. Welcome back, Legacy. Depends how long you've been gone. We have a confirmed warning in southeast Kansas again. And we have a storm in northeastern Oklahoma that is attempting to produce another tornado. Fixed it on your end? Okay, that means it must be in. Okay, let me go get the link from the SPC. It's still not out for me. And I use their direct link, too. Ooh-wee. This run is about to panic the weather weenies. Everybody, get off of Twitter. Because this one is going to be a wild one. Big time difference in morning convection. And considerably less morning convection. Get off of Twitter, man. We need to have like a tornado emergency for drama up there. Or a drama emergency on Twitter right now. Drama emergency on Twitter. Because this thing's about to go crazy. I got the new probs from somebody on Twitter. They kept it 5 sig 1, 30% wind, and 30% sig hail. Sig 1 hail. But it's still not in on this side. So the probabilities were maintained. Placement's a little bit more different, though, on that. Not too much more different, though. I don't see any notable changes with the new SPC Outlook. This is the old one. I'm comparing it to the new one from somebody else on Twitter. And it really looks like they haven't changed anything. WX Twitter is more problematic than it should be. Yep, that's why I was saying, we got a drama emergency on Twitter because this is gonna go crazy. This is gonna go absolutely crazy. Get ready, man. This is about to go crazy for tomorrow. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. New run, old run. New run, old run, new run. Like I said, Twitter's about to explode. Still, both of these look very concerning. Both a confirmed warning and that warning. Northeast Oklahoma and Southeast Kansas there. But again, I want you to be aware that this is probably going to keep flip-flopping. So don't be surprised if the new run at 06Z downtrends. But look at this. Here comes your prefrontal supercells from a confluence band in Missouri. See if any of those can mature. There's your prefrontal confluence band right there. That could go absolutely wild. We shall see. Now, maybe it doesn't grow upscale at all. Maybe it doesn't intensify. But it's in a pretty volatile environment, so. Yeah. Everything comes down to morning convection tomorrow morning, man. And there you go. Get off of Twitter. Run. Get off of Twitter. There it goes. You got supercells firing on convergence zone back here. Supercells firing on a confluence band over here. And then I'm sure stuff's going to fire on your dry line in Arkansas, too. Kansas severe. Kansas severe warning. It's out here. 1.25 inch hail and 60 mile an hour winds. Significant, what does that say? Hold on. Significant weather Twitter emergency has been issued. I know we're joking, but like it's actually that serious because like literally Twitter is going to go absolutely wild. Just wait. There's going to be everybody and their mother who was saying over convection is going to kill tomorrow. They're going to completely flip-flop and now say high risk tomorrow. They always do it. They follow the models. They can't stay consistent. If you've been on this channel and you've been following this threat, we've known that morning convection is going to be an issue. But there's definitely a chance for something like this, which, like I said, weather weenies on Twitter are going to start screaming high risk now. Golly. Whoo, look at the STP. Look at the updraft helicity tracks. Oh, golly. Look at that. Look at- Yo, that's crazy. Look the STP. Look at the updraft helicity tracks. I'm not going to say the other part because I'm not going to joke about that because it's actually on April 27th, 2026. So I'm not going to say the last part of that meme because it's actually tomorrow's the 15th year anniversary of the 2011 super outbreak. And this is the HRRR for tomorrow. Holy crap. No, delete Twitter, man. Get off of Twitter for the next 12 hours. Run. Get off of Twitter. Holy crap. Look at the difference in the 8TZ to the 00Z. Run. Run. Close Twitter now. Screenshot it. Holy crap. Give me a second. I gotta make one tweet real quick, and then I'm getting off of Twitter. And close. Oh my lord. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Lucy, are you in here? I wonder if Lucy is watching this right now. Oh my word. Dude. Look at the STP. Oh my word. Nah, this actually probably would have an opportunity to go high risk. Holy crap. That is wild. That is actually crazy. That is actually a Hall of Fame run for St. Louis. My goodness. Oh, here comes Arkansas. Here comes Arkansas. Watch, Arkansas is going to go crazy on the next frame. Look at the prefrontals. Look at the prefrontals. Look at the prefrontals. Look at the prefrontals because this stuff started on a prefrontal. Oh my goodness, look at the prefrontals in Kentucky and Tennessee and Illinois down there. Look at that. They're in a very favorable environment too. The HRRR went from like a borderline enhanced moderate to straight up high risk. Again, it's going to keep flip-flopping, so don't be surprised if you wake up tomorrow and it's flopped the other way to overconvection. But no, that is absolutely wild. Wow. Oh, here goes Arkansas, like I said. Here comes Arkansas with their volatile risk tomorrow. That's conditional. Again, once more, if you're in this area and you're seriously concerned about this, this model is going to flip-flop. I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow this shows over convection tomorrow morning, and then it might kind of flip-flop back into a medium of this. Something probably in between the 18Z and the 00Z is our most likely scenario. So not the 18Z to where overconvection nearly kills the whole risk, but not the 00Z to where we legit see a probable high risk tomorrow. But that is absolutely absurd. That is definitely the craziest HRRR one I've seen this year. And it's not even close. Not even close. Just a wall of supercells in Missouri and Illinois. In a volatile parameter space. Oh my goodness. The hail swaths are insane, though. Like, look at the hail swaths. This thing always overdoes hail. Look at your significant hail swaths. And, of course, you have your updraft swaths. Gracious. And then, like I said, Oklahoma. Not Oklahoma. Well, Oklahoma and Arkansas. A little bit of Oklahoma, but mainly Arkansas. Yep, just a brick wall of tornadoes. And supercells on this run. Well, whilst that next frame loads in, I'm going to go take a quick break. This is a very early break on my part, but I want to go do something since it's almost 9:30. So give me 1 minute. I will be right back. Whilst I am away, admire the 00Z HRRR run. I think the craziest frame was probably like right in here. BRB. Okay, whilst I was gone right there, I just thought of the best meme ever. I gotta go find that meme. I gotta go make a meme on Twitter. Hold on. What was it? Crap, I should have saved the screenshot. Let me see if I could go back and find it in my files. Where are you? I forgot how long ago I posted this meme. Okay, well, it definitely wasn't in the winter. I can tell you that. Let's see. I wonder if I replied to it and I didn't actually make the meme. Sorry, y'all, but I have to find this. I literally have to, because it's literally I gotta contribute to the chaos on Twitter, you know? Ooh! Got it. I got it. I love it. Oh, Catman, come on, bruh. Are you guys seeing it now? I had to go look for that. It was in the replies of one of Sam's tweets. The low quality. It was just. Oh my word! I love him. I love him. You know, you got sometimes you just gotta contribute to the chaos. Pez, shut up. I literally like I took a break, went outside, grabbed a bottle of water. I thought, wait, I remember low image quality I posted on Twitter like last month or 2 months ago. Uh I love it. TRG, you will ruin your name. If you don't know that it's a joke, it's better that I block you anyways. I was gonna put joke in parentheses, but then I'm like, you know what? Nah, it'll just be better to just post it with no context and see if people get it. Legacy, I don't know. I don't pay for premium. I've thought about it because I do very in-depth discussions sometimes, and that's why I have to literally purposely do typos because I don't pay a monthly bill for extra characters, although it's gotten pretty tempting because sometimes I want to write a long discussion. Wow, thanks, Catman. Thanks. If they know you, they'll know it's a joke. Appreciate it, bud. Great words of encouragement. I love it. What the heck? Bro just flamed me in my own live stream on accident, I'd have to assume. I would do the James Spam meme, but like I said, the only reason why I'm not doing that is because it's actually the 15th anniversary of the April 27th, 2011 super outbreak. So, I don't know. I feel like that just. Oh, it's. I don't know. Some people could take that offensive, some people may not. I'm just not going to do it because it's literally the anniversary. I just don't want to. I just don't want to. You know, if you post it, I ain't gonna say anything about it. It's just personally me, it being the exact day and the 15th year anniversary of the latest super outbreak. Oh, what you said? Because you said if they know me, it's a joke. Like, you could take that in a way that I'm a joke. Because if they know me, it's a joke, so they know I post jokes, which means I joke, which means I am a joke. See? Offensive. What Sam quoted? Yeah, I did. I don't know what Sam's. I don't know what that is for Sam, man. I'm not in control of what he posts on there. I'm not sure why he's been. I feel like I've seen that image like 5 times from bro. Definitely good area of rotation here, north central Oklahoma. What happened to bro? Where'd he go? Where did bro go? Hold on. Oh my goodness, I got obliterated. I didn't see that one coming. I thought that was going to be a problem. I thought that was going to be a problem. Bro just dipped. I got stage fright. Too many people were probably hyping that up. I'm sorry, but if you don't like that meme that I posted, you just don't have my type of humor. That's my type of humor right there. I know it's a bit broken, but at least it ain't the brain rot stuff that Lucky laughs at. Yeah, look at Arkansas popping off over here in a freaking. Is that even in a 2% tour tomorrow? Not even in a 2% tour in Southwest Oklahoma, Southwest Arkansas. Absolutely crazy. Okay, if you didn't hear, actually, I'm not too sure if I could show the meme. I'm not going to. I'm gonna make you go to my Twitter to see the meme. Someone posted God's greatest 2%. And that person just came across my feed too. But nah, he ain't wrong because, I was talking about earlier today that they needed to expand that 2%, but they didn't. That is actually the most insane HRRR run I have seen this year. That is just wild. How can you not view the meme? I don't think you need to be signed in to view it. Here, I'll send you a link. There you go. I don't think you need to be signed in. If it tells you to sign in, just hit the X button. Yeah, this would be high end moderate. I don't know. I think this would probably warrant a high risk, honestly. Which is why I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm still looking at that meme and laughing, bro. I love it. I don't know what it is about that meme. The April 27th, 2011 meme thing, like the James Spann one, I don't really find that funny. I mean, it's a good meme. I like it, but I don't find it funny. Yeah, it's not something that gets me to laugh. Also, HRRR go from April 27th, 2011 to Slopfest. It probably will. It went from Slopfest to April 27th, 2011 type run. But that's wild, dude. That is an insane run. Another May 20th, 2019. I mean, you don't. We'll just have to see. It all comes down to how the convection performs today into tomorrow morning. That's what it comes down to. Nobody knows what tomorrow's gonna do. Here, G, the mod dome is in full effect. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. It definitely is. See, look, there it goes. There's your mod dome scanning right now. You definitely have a mod dome over Tulsa. Ain't it funny, Kaylee? See? Oh, I love it. I have to post that low quality meme more. I think it's gonna go moderate, and if this does hold in the overnight hours, we may have a slim chance for a high risk. But I think tomorrow is a decent moderate. Oh yeah, I've been on board the moderate train ever since day 4. We trended messy, so I did get a bit more uncertain about it this morning and late last night. But y'all know me, I've been pretty vocal about a moderate since day 4. Maybe even day 5. Right around there, day 4 or 5 outlook, I was starting to talk about a moderate. The setup just looked good from the get-go. Morning convection still has a chance to screw it up for sure, but the setup just looks good from... it looked good from literally 100 hours out. All these tornado warnings, and I'm not concerned that much about any of them aside from the one in Oklahoma. Yeah, I'd say 15 sig 2. 15 sig 2, 45% sig 1 wind. 15 sig 2 tor, 45 sig 1 wind. I don't know why that was so difficult for me to say. New MCD for Kansas, Nebraska, and Missouri. I'm going to laugh at that meme every time I open it. Brooklyn, probably not. Probably not. Your best chance was with storms closer to 4 or 5 o'clock that fires. But those really didn't fire and do much at all. Now we got the NAM 3K00Z to look at soon. 21Z wrap is still just extraordinarily widespread, and I think it's overdoing it. Down to 9 severes. Bro, it's like the updraft in Oklahoma just died, and then the updraft in Texas just freaking vanished out of thin air. It's insane how Mother Nature works, man. It's such a sensitive environment. One wrong ingredient and poof, updraft is gone. That's all it takes. It just evaporates into thin air like it wasn't even there. Yeah, definitely a good call on that. Considering this is our really only main concerning storm right now. Yeah, get used to those notifications. You're going to be hearing them a lot tomorrow. Especially if the HRRR is right. Pfft, you might have to mute the live stream. I might have to end up muting the beeps. What's up, Chip? Glad to see you in here. Haven't seen you in here in a hot minute. Here comes the 00Z NAM. Is whatchamacallit thingy mabobber. You think cloud cover will be a problem tomorrow for the event? It is possible. With the morning convection, it could leave lingering cloud cover. That could be something that ends up being a problem for destabilization tomorrow. Yes. Right now, the HRRR doesn't have that being a giant problem here. But still, definitely could be a problem. Now I forgot what I was going to... Oh, yeah. The, whatchamacallit, WOFUS. Is that running today? April 26th, 2026, 01Z Central. Why the... What? Oh. Look at the SPC is sneaky cheeky over here. They have the WOFUS running where our trough is. They have Wophus running where our trough is. Not really sure what I could look at over here, though. You know? Look at that. They have Wophus running where your trough's located. And for your fire weather, too. You can see here, it's the extreme risk for fire. Is that where the extreme risk is? Yeah. So, that's also why they have it over there. Is because of the... Probably mainly because of the fire risk. But that's also right where your trough is, too. Yeah. I mean... I don't know. What are we thinking, y'all? Are we thinking this is going to be a problem tonight? Or are we thinking that not much is going to happen on that conditional risk? But, I mean, look at that. If something does fire, golly. But that's the question, if anything actually will. Oh, man, it doesn't go... It goes out to 07Z. Look how there's, like, no over-convection on Wophus. What is up with that? That is big. None of the Wophus runs fire in north central Kansas for a significant event tonight, like the HRRR does, like this. That would definitely set up a high-risk caliber event tomorrow. If that were to come to fruition. Because your morning convection would be out of Missouri before probably the sun even comes up. Interesting. Interesting. We'll see if Wophus takes a win or not. We did get that new MCD, and it's it's for the area that I was just mentioning in Kansas. That's where that insane development is possible of large hail, maybe some tornado potential, one strong, and some damaging winds. But the scenario, confidence in the scenario is low and limited. They say limited. Confidence in the scenario is limited. Interesting. Very, very interesting, man. If nothing fires in northern Kansas, the rap is going to be right. You could expect this type of caliber environment over a much larger area tomorrow. We could seriously be looking at a high-risk ceiling tomorrow if that stuff doesn't explode in Kansas like the HRRR portrays. RAP does fire some in northern Kansas, actually. You could see some of that crap vection up there. It definitely does fire. So I think the RAP is actually underdoing the ceiling tomorrow as well. I'm curious to see what the NAM has. What does the RRFSA have? Does that fire? The 23Z, is that in yet? I'm going to refresh. Catman, it's high risk for the jet translation speed. It definitely does fire in Kansas. That is for sure. But, like I said, Wophus doesn't fire much at all. Only very select few runs like Wophus 4, 5 fire a lot of convection in far eastern Kansas, not in northern Kansas. Definitely something to consider, y'all. Ceiling is definitely a high risk. Floor, I'd say the floor is a moderate, maybe enhanced. The floor might be an enhanced if, like, the overconvection fully wipes out the open worm sector. Yeah, easily could get a tornado ongoing here soon, going towards Bartlesville. New significant severe here in Kansas. Man. New MCD for Oklahoma and southern Kansas. That is going to be our conditional risk for late tonight, I assume. Golly. Yeah, I think we're probably going to get it. Oh my goodness. I think we're probably going to get a 10 sig tour for Tuesday, and this could easily be another moderate for hail. Definitely could easily be another moderate for hail somewhere across this area. I'm not too sure why they kept it non-sig. I really don't know why they kept it non-sig. I really don't know why the day 3 outlook. They updated it again whilst I was off of stream, and they didn't go sig with it. And I truly don't understand why. Wait, who issued it? Thornton. Is that still not fixed? What the heck? Wait, that outlook is still not fixed? Are we for real? What? Oh my word, it's not fixed on my end. Is it fixed on any of y'all's end? I forgot about that. I just assumed it was fixed. Yeah, watch issuance is likely. So we'll likely get a tornado watch for western Oklahoma, south central Kansas for mainly the potential of hail and tornadoes and maybe isolated damaging winds. If cells can initiate. So some of you guys still have the moderates, some of you guys don't. Oh. Well, the probabilities are right, but the categorical is wrong. The Tor prob, that's today's. The wind is today and the hail is today. But the categorical is not. Strange. Yeah, and the discussion is all updated too. Weird. Weird, weird. Here comes the 00Z NAM, and that already initiates a bunch in central Kansas. Here in near midnight, 1 a.m. Eastern. Tor prob supercell. Oh, on the SPC Outlook. I see it. Almost a butterfly split. Classic supercell here. Sweet. Go back to the NAM. Here's the NAM for tomorrow. And look at that. The NAM is a south trend. So, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Could be a tornado ongoing here, heading just near Bartlesville here soon. So be in your safe spot. If you're west of Bartlesville, prepare to be in your safe spot. If you're in Bartlesville, Oklahoma, you're not yet inside that tornado warning. Let's see. So we'll see what the NAM has to show. I will say the NAM being a south trend makes it a little bit more in line with the 00ZHRRR. You know, the NAM is a little bit more in line with the 00ZHRRR now. What the heck? How is bro all the way up there? New tornado warning up here for Ashland, Missouri. That is outside of any watch area. Look at that. Tornado warning for this area of convergence here. Over Ashland and central Missouri. Make sure you get to your safe spot too. We're up to 6 tornado warnings and 7 severe thunderstorm warnings. 0 confirmed tornado warnings at the moment, though. I went back on Twitter and I regret it. I just saw an outlook from Twitter that has a 30% SIG 3, and I feel like that should have came with some sort of warning. I highly doubt we're going to see a SIG 3 tomorrow. That would be insanity. That would be insanity. Send me that. Good thing I didn't click off of it. Normally when someone says send me that, I've already clicked off of it. Your warning was opening Twitter in the first place. I see. Right when I opened it, man, I told you guys to stay off, and I broke my own rule. I broke my own rule, and because of that, I paid the consequences of seeing a SIG 3 tour. I mean, like I said, there's nothing wrong with posting your own outlook, but that's genuinely kind of crazy. The fact that go 30% SIG 3, not gonna lie. That's very aggressive. That's very, very, very aggressive, considering tomorrow's not even a moderate yet. Like I said, I'm all for posting your own outlooks on Twitter. I'm all for it. Just I think that's a wee bit aggressive. I do. I do think that's a little bit aggressive. Maybe a little bit unrealistic. Yes, there's a website to make your own SBC outlooks. I use it frequently, but I don't post my outlooks publicly. I keep them private and verify them in the background, which I have absolutely nailed some SPC outlooks recently. And then other times I've absolutely straight up been terrible. Send the site. I don't have it. Thing is, if I click it, I don't know if it's going to pop up on screen. And I know for a fact I'm not allowed to show it on stream. So what I'll do is I'll do this. This is the one I use. It's very easy to make a forecast on. And you can quickly save it and quickly make it. Last time I updated it, I had a day 3 moderate from northern Arkansas all the way up to east central Missouri and Illinois. I'm going to send that to Catman. So Catman can see my day 3 outlook. Catman, you want to see my day 3 outlook? The moderate I made like 2 days ago for tomorrow. I haven't updated it in a while. Let me bring y'all's screen back. That was, keep in mind, a day 3 moderate, by the way, Catman. A day 3 moderate. I haven't updated it. If I would update it now, yes, I would move it a little bit more east, and I would probably trim the northern and the west side of that moderate. I would shrink the moderate. That's what I would do. I would probably shrink the moderate in every direction except the south. But that was day 3. You know, the day where I was pretty aggressive and started thinking that the SPC was going to go day 3 moderate. So I tried to predict it, but they ended up not going day 3 moderate. So that was the first time I've issued on that site, the first time I've actually done a day 3 moderate for this year. Which I think I posted. Did I not post a hypothetical one? Oh, I think I deleted it. Yeah, but I was going to start posting my outlooks in the Discord server because that's an area where you guys can see it. And I know it's not going to be spread all over Twitter from me. So I may start putting that in the hypothetical outlooks in the Discord server. I had you in a marginal. Was my marginal that far west? Oh, it was. I mean, I don't really disagree with that, to be honest. Where's the SPC have that? Hey, it's close. I got very close. My enhanced was definitely too big because, you know, 2 days ago, the models were a lot more aggressive on the northern extent of that warm sector. Excuse me. Get off Twitter again. Run. Close Twitter. Get off Twitter again. Yeah, not good. Not good that our 00Z runs are coming in this aggressive. Not good. $18Z, a bit of a south shift to agree more with our other models for the NAM model here. Not necessarily a downtrend but just a little bit less northern extent of that warm sector. Maybe they will go moderate at the morning outlook here at like 2:30 a.m. Yeah. Oh crap, it's 10 o'clock already? Where's my phone? Queso went live. Oops. Apparently I was on TikTok. Glad I had that muted. Let's see here. Gotta get them channel points, man. Just because I'm live doesn't mean I'm slacking. Ooh, let me see. Oh crap, not that. Hey, Catman, are they getting rid of the SPC HREF model viewer on the SPC website? I heard rumors about that early this year, but I haven't been able to fully confirm it. I figured you might know. Yeah, Queso's in the risk again. He gonna get him some overnight tornadoes and some midday tornadoes too. I forgot. I don't know where he lives. I realized he doesn't live in Northeast Arkansas. So, bro actually hasn't given out his town yet. There's speculation on where he lives, but no clear area. Yeah, I heard about it very early on, but then it just kind of fell off the face of the earth. Someone on Twitter just pointed this out. I want to show you. Look at the moisture trend on the wrap. 21Z to 00Z. Looks a little bit south, but then if you go over here, it's actually a bit north if you go later. If I could compare it. It doesn't compare one. So it's south at the start, but then actually more north midday. So it trended south for morning moisture, but north for afternoon and evening moisture. And you see it also downtrended on instability a bit there. Too far to compare. Oh, so can I compare this? So what if I go way back here? Can I compare this? Ah. I see. Man, so I can't compare as far out as I want to. Guys, I can't look at that model run. I don't think COD has it, and I'm fairly certain Weatherwise doesn't have it. The only way I can look at it is with the HREF ensemble site, and the 0Z isn't done for that yet. I'll look at it off screen though, just to satisfy what y'all are wanting me to see here. Ooh, it's in too. I am 100% preparing for a model run worse than May 20th, 2019 with this run. And worse than the HRRR. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I would necessarily say it's worse than the HRRR, but it is way more widespread into the southwest side of the open warm sector than the HRRR. I sent it to you in DMs, Catman. That's crazy. Now we wait for the RRFSA, which hasn't even started rendering yet. Gracious. Cell in Bartlesville, it's consistently been recycling. We had a tornado, stovepipe tornado, not too long ago. That was probably pretty brief on this storm west of Bartlesville. Yeah, but we'll see what the 01Z HRRR has to show for tonight. But we're already starting to see some convection in Kansas, so that's good. In central northern Kansas, that means that, well, there's your severe watch. It's not going to be a tornado watch. At least for that portion. We'll see if that goes into Oklahoma or not. But that's good to at least know that the WOFIS is going to be generally wrong. Let's see. Should be, there you go. Yeah, WOFIS is a bit more confident on supercells trying to fire in southern Kansas, northern Oklahoma. But the extent of how intense and how widespread is definitely a question. You guys think we could wake up to a high risk? Like, do you think there's a way that if this convection doesn't fire, they actually pull the trigger from enhanced to high? Would they actually like do that if enough uptrends occur overnight? Like just go straight from, yep, there's no overconvection, so we're skipping a moderate risk category and we're going right up to 30 sig 2 or 30 sig 3. Oh no, Weenie's got to TOG, guys. No, I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm just saying, like, what if, you know? And is there any possibility of it? What if? If it's Broyles 100%. Bro will be going crazy with that Jetstream Omega project. No, if I let my full weather weenie side out, I'd be making a 45 sig 3 tornado risk on live stream right now if I let my full weather weenie side out. Only a select few people have seen that side. See my post? I saw the one with queso. Yep. AI queso. I forgot to like it though. Let me go like it. Omega showing 60 sig for tour tomorrow. 2023. Different breed. 2023 TRG. Yeah, I think probably the craziest year for Weather Weenie Me was 2022. And some of 2023 for sure. But 2024 is when I started getting way more knowledgeable. 2025, I greatly expanded my knowledge. And 2026, I'm just here, man. I'm just here. I'm just going with the flow, you know? Haven't really learned anything too considerably new in meteorology. Just going with the flow. Nothing wrong with that. But the flow do be moving too fast, though. Like, what the heck? What do you mean May is less than a week away? Who let that happen? Who in the world let that happen? Eight-hour live streams for slight risks. Well, he actually did do almost a 12-hour live stream for a slight. It has been done before. It sure has. What's StormNet have? StormNet update at all? StormNet has a decent risk for a brief tornado or two tonight in eastern Kansas, but not really much on Oklahoma. A little risk for Oklahoma from midnight to 1 a.m. towards Woodward, Fairview, west of Enid. Not as high probabilities as I... Oh. I was like, what the heck is that? That's a new one. That was a new tone. It got my attention real quick. I thought we went to like Tori or something. Haven't heard that one before. Made me shut up real quick. Yeah, but not as high StormNet probabilities as I thought for tomorrow. Ooh, NATO cast. I haven't seen NATO cast. I know 00Z ain't out. Did NATO cast sniffing out today's tornado risk at all? Nope. NATO cast garbage for today. NATO cast absolutely underdid a very large chunk of the watch or the tornado probs today. I got to look at the absolutely calibrated for tomorrow on the 12Z run. Continental US absolutely calibrated day 2. Where are you? You want to see it? You guys want to see absolutely calibrated, which means like it's borderline almost impossible to happen? If I get more than 5 yeses, I'll show it. 2. If there's 6 yeses, I'll show it. 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Ready? High risk. High risk for St. Louis. Now that's your unrealistic, absolutely calibrated NATO cast. Good old NATO cast. That's like the if everything went wrong forecast right there from NATO cast. If everything went wrong. I could definitely tell you I disagree considerably with the west extent of that, but that's the absolutely calibrated one, so it's not likely to occur. Now, let's go look through this to find the non-absolutely calibrated. Oh, there you go. That wasn't too hard. It still has a moderate, but what the heck is that placement? Like, what? Oh, the true target area for tomorrow has been revealed. Every chaser targets Central Texas. This is just rage bait. This is the real target. Skip that. Utah. Utah 0.1%. That's a NATO cast. NATO cast site. Ooh. Not half bad right there. All right, let's go switch to, we're going to go back here to mesoanalysis. Actually, we want to look at the HRRR first because HRRR, everyone knows that's better than mesoanalysis for nowcasting. I was going to say, I could already tell you it's already less convection in Kansas. I'm expecting to wake up to a 15 sig 2 moderate at this point. And I'm getting up early. For my standards, not for y'all's. Early for some of y'all is like freaking 3 a.m. over here. Early for me is 9 a.m. I'll be up for the 9 a.m. update. Although I probably won't tweet till closer to 10. Won't get on my PC till closer to 10. Something's wrong in this atmosphere. Dry air isn't that too far low. Something's wrong with this atmosphere, and I don't know what. Am I going... when are you going live tomorrow? I thought you asked when, if I'm going live tomorrow, Critty. I was going to say, buddy, you do not know me. But you said when, not if. When? I don't know. That's a good question. Sadly, I don't think I can go live before 1. Because I think my parents are going to need my help tomorrow. So, probably... I'll have to see morning convection. But I couldn't tell you exactly when. Couldn't tell you exactly when. Where do you go live for that 2% risk in Texas tomorrow? That NATO cast had, not the SPC. Just a FYI. Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely going live for just that risk in Texas and not for the potential major outbreak in Missouri, Illinois, and Arkansas. HRRR is still spitting out a random intense supercell. Southern Kansas, northern Oklahoma at midnight, 1 a.m. Do you think that's going to happen or not? What are we thinking? But, yeah. I mean, not really a huge difference between these two runs here. Y'all are very confident on us not seeing like a intense to violent Tor threat out there in Oklahoma and Kansas border. I don't know. Storms are already firing. Yeah, they're expected to already be firing. They're just not expected to be strong until likely very late tonight. I think the main threat on that anyways would be hail. But still would be a tornado threat for sure with that. Just not sure how much. Well, the random supercell in Arkansas just vanished on the new HRRR. Watch this. There it is in just north of Little Rock. Poof. There it goes. Nope. Not really any good news for tomorrow, girl dev. Sorry. Hopefully tomorrow morning there'll be good news, but at this point, less likely. Why does it feel later than it is? Good question. It feels like it's 1 a.m. I'm about to pass out, but then again, I didn't get great sleep yesterday, so I don't know what to do here. I don't know if I want to try to stay up for this event somehow or what. Like literally, there's a chance I miss like a violent tornado overnight. Slim chance, but a chance. I can tell you this. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, this is all night long, man. This is all night long. If it would fire, it happened closer to midnight, 1 a.m. Hour and a half, 2 hours. Hour and a half to 2.5 hours from now, roughly. Woke up early on accident, Haley. I got up at accidentally 7:30 a.m. and didn't go to sleep till almost 1 a.m. And usually I get about 8 or 9 hours, so 5, 6 hours of sleep, not very good. New warning there. Is that new or a disk extension? Oh, that is new. Did that pop up over here or not? I didn't realize. I'm going to refresh it just in case. We're going to do a little refresh on these overlays. Yeah, I've just not seen many people talk about that risk in southern Kansas, northern Oklahoma tonight, so I don't know. Lucy, there you are. I got a question for you. This chart that you posted, where are we on it? That chart where you said it's over, it's so back. That chart thing, where are we on that roller coaster? Because I saw you post that. I was wondering if you would tune back into the stream. First thing I thought about when I saw that 00Z HRRR was, I wonder if Lucy's watching this. Like right on this frame here, I was like, I wonder if Lucy's watching this run come in. And then boom. Absolutely crazy. I fear I'm cooked. Yeah, you might be. New 00Z NAM came in and it shows borderline the same thing, just worse. Just worse. Of course, you have the linear biased, but it's really just worse. Thought of that one scene from Twisters right when you said that, Lucy. My cows are going to be flying on Monday. That's I really hope not, but that is insane. Gracious yawn. Oh man. Do you think the moderate you talked about will still be the same place you said earlier? If it was 2 hours earlier, I would have read that in a half second, but with it being like 10:30, I'm like Barely Englishing over here. Yeah, I still agree with it. I still agree with my previous statement. The only thing would be maybe a little bit bigger. If this does come to fruition, maybe a bit bigger of a moderate. Yeah, earlier I said like right over St. Louis, like right in here. Maybe a little bit bigger. But I don't know, that still lines up pretty well. The question is the southern extent and the northern extent. But I still would put it like right over St. Louis. So yeah, I still agree with what I said before the 00Z HRRR came in. I agree with what old me said. Not meaning the dead center. High risk over St. Louis. Not actually. But what if? Imagine. High risk right over Lucy's house alone. RFSA 00Z is coming in. So be prepared to get off Twitter again. Here, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. It's already here. There you go. 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Yeah, you have legacy. Even I got into a moderate risk for severe weather. I didn't realize Tennessee would be such a inactive state. Why did Pez just like one of my tweets from 6 months ago about the winter storm in early December? Like, what? This man, bro. I don't really know what to make of this storm in southeast Kansas. Really, these storms have just been undergoing cell cycles, and it's not been very impressive. All right, let's go to the RFSA again. Get off of Twitter. You mean the high risk, Lucy. Broyles is going to go from enhanced to high. You mean the high risk. When's the next outlook? Is it 2 a.m., I think, Eastern? 1 a.m. Central is the next outlook. If I were in Central, I'd be staying up for that. Let's see. Now we just wait for the rest of this run. Dang. Goodbye, Lucy, on this one, too. Looks like there's a pretty consistent trend that Lucy is going to be getting a supercell tomorrow. Somehow it's going to bust, though. This is actually like right on time still. This is 6 o'clock Central. A little bit earlier. A little bit earlier though. I at least want to stay live to see what the 01Z or 02Z is gonna. Ooh. Hmm. Already a little south on that run, but the big thing is less convection on the tail end. That's the big thing. Is that tail end convection. What does that do to the environment? Hmm. 01Z HRRR already backtracking. Never mind. Goodbye, moderate risk. I'm joking. I'm joking. I still think it's going to go moderate. Thank you, Catman. Great. Thank you, and also not thank you, Catman. I read the rest of that. I suppose have a great night. I guess. All right, back to square one. Yep. Full train to the southwest. I hate this model so much. I really do. Consistency is key, and consistency is not the HRRR's friend. How is this our best model, bro? How is this our best model, bro? Like, really? There we go. What is Keizo watching? This dude. Be watching the most random stuff when I look at his live streams. Let me see this real quick. Dang. Fun fact, Queso's gonna play Funnel Runners when it comes out. I cannot wait for that. I don't know. I have a feeling tomorrow's gonna be two ways. Over convection in the morning helps kill the open warm sector, and we see a slop fest of a clustered messy risk. Or morning convection clears out sooner than modeled, and we get borderline high risk tomorrow. We'll see. Pez just sent me a tweet. October 5th, 2021, I hit 100 subscribers. 5 years later, I'm at over 12K. That's crazy. Yeah. You told me 5 years ago that I'd have over 10K subscribers within a 10-year time frame. I'd think you're crazy. I know we don't have the growth of like other channels that go from 10 subs to a million in 3 months, but I'm still shocked that we have the following that we do. Squeaky chair. I am not hitting 15K by July. observed. Had to do a double take on that one. There's your fat tornado watch. 50-30. Man, look at good old Oklahoma City. Can I swear there was like a severe watch. Oh, no, that was yesterday. Good old Oklahoma City. To your west, TOA. North, tornado watch. East, tornado watch. Same with to your south, too. All surrounded by TOAs. A lot of tornado watches. Very important to put your apostrophes in there, Ben. 1 million by July, trust. July what? 2090? Yeah, definitely not surprised this is on the ground here going towards Columbus. Not surprised. A little bit surprised, though, that it was able to fully recycle. It's very messy. Half surprised, half not surprised. Oh, hold on. Brooklyn said something. TOG, when does it all start? I work almost all day, but I might be able to join on my break or after 5 p.m. Central. The worst of it should begin near 6 p.m. Eastern. So probably right before you get off work or right as you get off work. And but severe weather is going to keep going throughout the entire night. Most likely. Let's see Mississippi here. Buffalo, Mississippi. Let's go ahead and look at Buffalo, Mississippi. Got Buffalo, South Carolina. Cap. What's that? I know he meant Missouri. I was making fun of him. Jump scare. If it wants to load. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. 5-minute scans? Y'all, bro. What in the world? Why do we have 5-minute scans with a radar site that is our only one close to these active tornado warnings? Okay, well, no way to know if that's going to be a tornado or not. It looks like a very considerable debris signature. ZDR drop spectrum with increases. It's a probable tornado, but with 5-minute scans, we really can't tell what happened in between these two scans. But I'm assuming based on that couplet being pretty tight, and then the newest scan we have here, almost 6 minutes later, having a debris signature, that somewhere in between these two scans, a tornado touched down southeast of Buffalo and probably hit these residential homes near the road, south of the road, and the trees south of the road. And it's picking up that debris. So, oh. That's up here. Okay. Looks like very strange rotation, but rotation, I suppose. But there you go. New warning on that. This storm in far southeast Kansas just looks just insane. Absolutely insane. Hard to know what's happening with it, though. Man, do I ever wish we didn't have 5-minute scans over here. Here's the next scan. And shocker, the CC's gone. So we could have just had a decent strong tornado there. And because of those 5-minute scans, we just weren't able to really observe what was happening there. Golly. Wow. Wonder if this is a strong tornado on the ground going towards Columbus here in southeastern Kansas. That is something right there. Funnel Runners is it's not really a chasing game. It's more of a run from tornado game. I don't know much about it, but I think what you're supposed to do is rebuild a van with your friends or by yourself before like a EF5 tornado hits you. And the graphics look insane, like literally insane. And it looks pretty fun. Not sure about the concept of it being that fun, but we'll see. We'll see. Depends how the devs execute it. They easily could execute it very, very well. I think that's supposed to come out sometime this year. So we'll keep watching this. Easily could be a large, strong tornado ongoing heading towards Columbus and southeastern Kansas, and we really wouldn't know due to the whatchamacallit, radars being far. I gotta take another break here. I will be right back. Give me 1 minute before we get another scan here. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Apologies for the break, but just don't want to be sitting down for too long. I don't need blood clots anytime soon. Let me tell you, as somebody who's had a bunch of them, blood clots are not fun. Not fun at all. Get rid of this. There we go. Yeah, these 5-minute scans are going to be the death of us over here. Golly. Oh my goodness. Holy crap. I really wish we had a closer radar on that. On this storm in southeast Kansas. That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's see the violent tornado parameter on this mesoanalysis. Yeah. Right on that boundary too. Or very close to it in southeast Kansas. That's what's helping to keep it alive too. And then you could see in about 2 hours, like I said earlier, we're going to be up to 50 supercell composite there in Oklahoma and Kansas for that very conditional risk. It's impossible to know if this thing is a strong or weak tornado, but it's observed by weather spotters. So The National Weather Service is going to be relying heavily, very heavily, on weather spotters here. And sadly, this is going right towards the area we called out earlier. Joplin, Carthage. You guys are in the path of this. We called out this area, Jasper. All these areas we called out about 2 hours ago. And this storm is heading right for you guys. It will be there in roughly an hour or so, depending on how fast and or slow it's moving. Looks like it's very slow, so it might actually be closer to 2 hours with how slow it's going. I do think this was a strong tornado, though. A brief strong tornado somewhere near Buffalo out of this area of velocity in Missouri. I do think that was a tornado. Oh. So we'll monitor that storm as it moves off. But right now, very concerning storm for Columbus and southeast Kansas. We'll need to monitor that extraordinarily closely because we don't know if this is a strong tornado or a weak tornado. But regardless, there was and still is an observed tornado warning in effect here. And you need to be in your safe spot if you're in Columbus and southeastern Kansas. Holy crap. Look how some of these have like so little morning convection tomorrow. Some like WOFUS 4 more widespread. WOFUS 5, 6 more widespread. But the fact that it's on the table that we could see that little amount of convection tomorrow, very insane. Yeah, this new tornado watch prob on it is 50-30 for Taurus, 60-20 for wind, and then 60-60 for hail. So hail's the main threat. But they do mention a couple EF3 intense tornadoes possible. And this lasts till, get this, 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. Woof. What a convergent signature high up in the atmosphere right there. Easily could be a strong to intense tornado ongoing, and we just simply wouldn't know because our radar's far. So we'll need to monitor that closely to see if really the only way we're going to know is if the National Weather Service upgrades this warning at all. Significant damage with power and widespread. Well, speaking of them upgrading it, there you go. There you go. So now a PDS tornado warning. This is the third one of the day out here. Hard to see, but we probably do have a large and extremely dangerous tornado about to go into the city of Columbus in southeastern Kansas. This is a very, very dangerous situation. A very, very dangerous situation here with a rain-wrapped, large, and extremely dangerous tornado heading right for Columbus. In this warning, over 10,000 people inside of this warning. And this is going to head towards Joplin in about an hour or so. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. This is a very, very, very dangerous supercell that has produced multiple tornadoes and at least 2 strong tornadoes. 2 large, strong tornadoes now. Not sure if we have any chasers who are in proximity to this. I mean, we definitely have chasers near here, but I don't know if any are live and reporting much. You can see many of the spotters are around this storm and not like actually near where the tornado would be. gracious day. Definitely crazy, crazy storm here. And again, this is a PDS tornado warning, so this is a particularly dangerous situation tornado warning. Make sure you seek shelter immediately. Don't walk. If you're not in your safe spot, you need to run to your safe spot. You need to run to your safe spot if you're in Columbus and southeastern Kansas. And I do think that this will eventually have an opportunity to produce a large tornado as it goes somewhere near Joplin in southwestern Missouri. Yeah, sure. We'll go back to this overlay. I haven't updated this one yet with the warnings, but we'll go to this older overlay. It doesn't have the new overlay like the other one. So again, large area of rotation with a large tornado going into Columbus. Let's go to our analysis radar again. I mean, if there's one down, it does look like it's going to be heading right into Columbus. It's moving generally east-southeast. It's hard to say exactly where it is and exactly where it's moving to. But it's definitely very, very close proximity to Columbus, and it will be going very close proximity to Joplin and surrounding areas here in about an hour or so. Again, it's roughly moving east-southeast, so it could be moving a little bit more like this, or it could be moving a little bit more like this. Just roughly to the east-southeast. Which honestly puts Joplin in probably the direct path of this. And we really don't know how large or intense this tornado is because radar is not going to be very accurate this far away. Yeah, it does say radar confirmed PDS, which is weird. Because you can't really confirm it from this far. Not really sure what they're confirming it by. Maybe a private radar out here or something. All right, let's go back to weatherwise here. So this is your, let's see. Where does this split up at? I believe this is your old watch in here. And this is your new watch up in this area. So your old watch is in this region. Yeah, because this was issued at 10:40 Eastern. So this is your new watch right in this area. This is your new tornado watch. And the area circled in white is your old tornado watch, which expires in 2 hours. Depending on where you are, though, this is 2 hours. This is 4 hours. So we actually, what do we have? 3 tornado watches out? Look at the tornado watch in Texas. What? They forgot about bro. What's up with that? That's weird. But yeah, we actually have 4 tornado watches in effect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have the 2 counties in southeast Kansas, the 1 county in Texas, multiple counties in northeast Oklahoma, northwest Arkansas, the watch in southern Missouri, and then the newest one in northwest Oklahoma into much of southern Kansas. I really hate how these storms recently have been in radar holes. Yeah, Texas is done. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. They just forgot about, bro. That's obviously a mistake because there's literally just one county under a tornado watch. I'm going to screenshot that. Oops. That's crazy. They just forgot about it. Either forgot about it or just accidentally missed it. 02ZH doesn't initiate. Maybe that means it's time to go to sleep. Obviously not right now, though, with a PDS warning in effect. But this doesn't initiate in western Oklahoma anymore. Which would, by the way, decrease even more morning convection tomorrow. So again, we'll continue to watch this. Again, very difficult to say what's happening on radar out here. Once this does get into Joplin, we may be able to see it a little bit better. Once this storm gets into Joplin, hopefully it won't have a tornado by then. So please be in your safe spot once again if you're in Columbus or surrounding areas in southeastern Kansas. If you are in Joplin, Missouri, it is best to go ahead and note where your safe spot is because there's a very high chance you'll end up in some tornado warning here in the next hour or so. Could be radar indicated, could be confirmed, could be PDS, could be any of them. But point is that this is heading towards Joplin, Missouri, and Joplin needs to be ready for a tornado. Yeah, this still does have a lot of convection tomorrow or tonight across Kansas, but not as much as the 01Z. And note how the 02Z, the newest one, continues those supercells in southeast Kansas and Missouri for multiple hours. An exponentially long time. So, yeah, just being your safe spot if you're in Columbus. Once again, there's not really much I can add to this with it being so far. You know, we really can't add anything about the debris signature or how tight the rotation is, just simply because it's so far away that we really can't tell what's happening in the storm. Ooh. Yikes. That is a PDS observed for the city of Joplin, Missouri. For over 143,000 people. So if you're in that tornado warning, don't panic. Don't panic. Get to your safe spot immediately. Make sure that's in the most interior room of your home, lowest floor possible, away from the outside world, or preferably in a basement and or storm shelter. So this is a very dangerous storm that has produced and is likely still producing a very strong tornado going into the city of Joplin, Missouri, in southwestern Missouri. If this follows the exact track, it will avoid downtown. So, like, if this follows the exact track of their warning and the storm doesn't wobble much, this will go more into Carl Junction, Webb City, and into Carthage, less of into downtown Joplin. Weather spotters confirmed a tornado, so this is no longer radar indicated. A confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located near Columbus, moving east at 40 miles per hour. To repeat, a large and extremely dangerous tornado, potentially deadly tornado, is on the ground. To protect your life, take cover now. Move to a basement or interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you are outdoors or in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Also note that heavy rainfall may hide this tornado. Do not wait to see or hear the tornado. Take cover now. This is an observed, considerable tornado. Very, very dangerous storm. Hard to say how strong, because it's very much rain wrapped and very far from the radar here. But weather spotters have confirmed that a tornado, either a new strong tornado is on the ground, or the same strong tornado is still ongoing. Let's see. Look at the north trend still happening on the 02Z HRRR. The less convection we see fire tonight, the worse tomorrow is likely to be. So we're going to continue to watch this storm over Columbus. Still large tornado over Columbus. We don't know exactly where this thing is right now. The most probable area is, I'd say, somewhere in here. But it's impossible to know exactly where this thing is. I would like to know how weather spotters confirmed this and what weather spotters. That would be nice to know, but yeah, because we really don't know like what this thing looks like at all. It's impossible to tell what it looks like. So, we'll just wait. That's what we could do. The little tornado ID thing has this 58.5% chance. 58.5% chance of producing a tornado, but it's already an observed large and extremely dangerous tornado. Hate radar holes, man. Alright, that tornado warning is probably not going to be continued. So we'll wait and see if they continue that or not, but I don't think they will. This one, however, is being continued now. Yeah, if you want to put it in the Discord, you can. Up to you. Let's go back to the PDS here, going into just northwest of Joplin. Severe weather chat. All right. Oh, yeah, that looks like a tornado. That's for sure. Yeah, the camera definitely looks like it picked up the tornado. At least to me. I mean, I'd be pretty surprised if that's something else other than a tornado right there. Yeah, it looks like a giant cone to me. Looks like a big cone tornado. This is our analysis radar here. And thankfully, the National Weather Service in Southwest Missouri, which is Springfield, changed their radar to 2-minute scans now. So we no longer have to wait 5 minutes each scan for this tornado warning cell. But yeah, it looks like these storms are getting less tornadic. This storm is still continuing to be tornadic. And then our biggest problem is our storm, once again, going towards Joplin. Once more, if this is still ongoing, it's likely going to be heavily rain wrapped, and you're very much likely to not see it. So, please be in your safe spot. Yeah, definitely got to call on the NWS to turn that thing to 2-3 minute scans instead of 5 or pushing 6. I'm going to need to grab my charger behind me in a minute. That was taken about 4, almost 5 minutes ago with that potential tornado, so I imagine it's probably still ongoing. Yeah, I have my phone on right now. It's at 50%, so not too low, but I don't like to charge it overnight. Wow, 4.41 inches of rain here in Parsons in southeastern Kansas. No wonder why they issued that considerable flash flood warning. And flooding being observed there too. Ooh, destructive. Observed 2.75-inch hail. So, PDS severe thunderstorm warning here for Phillipsburg and Evergreen in south central Missouri. Make sure you are indoors away from doors and windows and very close to, if not in your safe spot, because that is some very destructive and potentially dangerous hailstones falling with that storm in south central Missouri. Pez, go to sleep, bro. It's past your bedtime. And I don't know if it's even started the recycling process. We really have no idea what it's doing. We really don't. It could still easily be a large and extremely dangerous tornado. Even larger than when we saw it about 5 minutes ago. Or it could be like near nothing. You know, it could be lifted. The safer bet, though, is to just get to your safe spot. And acknowledge that it probably is a large and extremely dangerous tornado. Let's see. Trying to see if I can get any more info on it here. I just really can't. It's hard to see. And we don't even know where this thing's located at in this storm. Like, it could be on the front here, or it could be shrouded in the rain here. Or who knows, it may even be a little bit more west than that. Cat warning. Cat's gonna type something crazy in the chat. Yeah, they kept it at PDS. Random tornado warning up here. Like, what? What is that warning? Like, hello? What are we warning? That's something. I suppose. Yeah, see, you can still see this large area of convergence. Again, I mean, the tornado could be anywhere from back in here to all the way back to where this notch is over here. Literally could be anywhere in this area. We have no idea exactly where it is. Dang. The 02Z HRRR is coming in even more north than the 00Z, which is going to be a pretty notable uptrend for tomorrow. And if that continues, we are easily going to get a moderate for tomorrow. The fact that today's produced 4 PDS tornado warnings is absurd, though. That is insane. HRRR is very inconsistent. Well, it's starting to get consistent now. So far, it's consistently starting to uptrend and downtrend on the overconvection. And that's because it's fully realizing that, hey, these storms in Oklahoma probably aren't going to be as intense as what I've been trying to forecast. So that model's starting to back off on that. Gonna watch this little area of rotation on our PDS severe southwest of, well, the PDS severe is for Lebanon, but the hook is southwest of Lebanon, central Missouri. I mean, I haven't seen anything extremely concerning on this radar. I mean, it's just looked like a broad area of convergence, but we've had a traffic cam that shows a probable tornado. This is the Tulsa radar from 7,100 feet up. This is the Springfield radar from 4,000 feet up. So Springfield is more accurate. They downgraded it to radar indicated for the old PDS warning, but our new PDS still remains at PDS. All right, have a great night, Brooklyn. Get some rest, and I'll see you at some point tomorrow. I mean, I know for a fact you'll tune in eventually. Just depends on exactly when I go live and exactly when you get home. This has been PDS for a while, Sam. It has been PDS for a while. You can't tell from the overlay. PDS tornado warning. PDS tornado warning. Purple for PDS tornado warning. Purple borders all around the screen. Let's see here. Now we just need to wait to see if this PDS warning is downgraded too. Definitely won't be over before 4. Heck no. Definitely not. There's a slim chance I may not even be live before 4, but I think I'm probably going to be live before 4 and then stay live probably much of the day. Unless overconvection wipes out the open warm sector, which is at the moment looking less and less likely, then I should be live much of the day tomorrow. Yeah, 4 p.m. Central, yeah. Tomorrow's main event shouldn't even be till roughly 4, 5 Central. All right, they downgraded it to radar indicated, so we're going to go back to this scene. So we're still at 5 tornado warnings. We have more tornado warnings than severes right now. And we have 1 considerable flash flood warning, as you can see at the top right. And of course, we have 0 winter alerts because, well, it ain't winter. But the other day, we had a winter storm warning up there in Montana. Yep, consistently going up on the trend right now. The 01Z HRRR was an outlier so far. I mean, right now the environment doesn't look as good as the 00Z run. And it's very close to the same now that it's out this far. It doesn't look too much different. Like I said earlier, I don't know when I'm going live tomorrow. I really hope this crazy line doesn't happen tonight. It probably won't. Wonder how long this guy's gonna go for. Because, like, gracious, I mean, the environment's favorable for a long time down here. It's right in that violent tornado parameter hotspot. You could see our other violent tornado parameter hotspot. We've seen this go from nearly central Texas to now getting up to northern Oklahoma. Will it initiate? I don't know. Now up to 20 supercell composite in an hour. That should be very close to 50. In an hour, maybe 2. Cat hasn't typed anything. Yeah, we just lost. Oh no, we still have 5 warnings. Never mind. Do we though? Okay, no, we're down to 4 warnings. I wonder if that's going to go down on the top left. See if that goes down. Or at the top middle. It might not go down because they canceled the warning. It didn't get allowed to expire. It canceled. You can see they issued it. And it was supposed to go for quite a bit while longer. But that was a very short-lived tornado warning. Yeah. Upgraded to considerable. 1.75 inch hail, 60 mile an hour winds on that. Yeah, I'm getting very tired too. I'm going to stay live a bit longer though. Till this storm can get through Joplin. Or at least very close to through dropland. Whew-wee. What an environment. Gracious. The thing is, I know the later I stay up tonight, the more tired I'll be tomorrow. New MCD for the potential of 2 to 3.5 inch hail, 55 to 70 mile an hour winds, and a few tornadoes, one strong. I'll probably go to 0.3, or I can go to probably 0.3 to 0.4Z. It's literally 0.3Z. Here's the last frame of the HRRR. Wow. Yeah, notable uptrend on the HRRR there. Quite a notable uptrend to the north-northwest. And look at the difference between 18Z and 02Z. Right, look at that. There's 18Z, 02Z, 18Z, 02Z. But it could easily trend the opposite direction again. It easily could trend the other way. I'm not going to go. I'm just going to quickly get up and grab my charger real quick. There we go. Just because I don't want my phone to get too low, because I'll have to use it tonight and tomorrow, and I don't want to charge it overnight. Wofus is still running. That's very impressive that they're keeping Wofus on this long. And look, Wofus is now very confident in some sort of supercell here. In like 20 minutes. What? Oh, you? Wofus is somehow confident in that firing into a supercell. Somewhere across southern Kansas. The good news is, though, our most favorable environment hasn't arrived up there yet. So that's the good news. You could see we had some extra convection that's keeping that a bit further south. And our best environment may not even get up to that exact area, so I don't expect those to be that big of a tornado threat as what I was once thinking of, since they fired, you know, maybe a little bit too early. Crazy HRRR run, though. All right, let's go back to our Springfield radar. Yeah, this very easily could recycle here eventually. But if you're in Joplin, I don't think there's a tornado on the ground with this. But you do need to be indoors, away from doors and windows, and close to your safe spot. Or in your safe spot, my bad. Sorry, it's getting late. Away from doors and windows and in your safe spot. Yeah, there is a big time hailer up here. South of Garden City. This is probably producing more than 1.75 inch hail at this point. Now we wait. All right, see you later, Critty. I probably won't go for a whole lot longer here at this point. Yeah, we're down to 4 tornado warnings, I believe. Actually, I believe 3 now. Actually, I believe 2 now. I believe 2 warnings expire here in just a few seconds. How much longer will you stay? Probably about a head off here. Considering we're about to lose both of those warnings. Probably very, very soon. Even though I know tonight can still have a significant threat and still a strong tornado or two. Maybe even an intense one. I just know that tomorrow is a very big day and I need my sleep considering I didn't get great sleep last night. What's it look like in Norman tonight? Good. Everything will stay around you. Which wasn't supposed to be the case. You guys were in that slight risk and in that 5 significant tornado risk. But it looks like everything is going to stay legit pretty much all around you. Let's refresh this again. Yep, 2 tornado warnings remain. So we're down to 2 tornado warnings, not 3. It says 3 up there. It's actually 2 tornado warnings. And actually 4 severes. Make that 5. We have 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, and then 4 and 5 here. But I think that's going to be where I conclude. I'm exhausted. We covered 4 PDS tornado warnings, which is, you know, pretty good. You're welcome. And glad that you're not going to get much severe weather tonight. Legacy just accidentally deleted your message. It happens sometimes. Don't worry, you're not in any trouble. No one's in trouble. Except for me, because I'm about to sleep, and I hope I don't miss anything. FOMO was real, so please stay weather aware. We still could see 3-inch hail, 80-mile-an-hour winds, and a few tornadoes, 1 or 2 strong tonight. But I'm exhausted. And I'm probably just going to head right to sleep after this, honestly. May stay up just a little bit longer watching some queso. Not going to lie. Just a little bit. But got a long day tomorrow. Both in the morning and early afternoon. And then to go live for you guys tomorrow too. So, yeah, with the way things are trending, we might just have a 12-hour shift tomorrow. So, looking forward, but also not looking forward to that. And I'll probably try to fix maybe a little bit more overlays, possibly. Fix a little bit more overlays if I have time. But that's going to be it. I'm going to go sleep. Unless you're in an active tornado warning, you probably should also go to sleep, especially if you're out there in Missouri and Illinois where that risk is tomorrow. If you remain in the tornado watch area, remain hyper weather aware. And just keep an eye out. Make sure you have watches and warnings on your phone and weather radio and a way to wake you up and your phone's fully charged. And then you're safe to go to sleep. But if you're in those tornado warnings, don't go to sleep just yet. Make sure you're in your safe spot And once those tornado warnings are lifted, still stay weather aware for the night. But you're probably going to be good to go to bed once those tornado warnings are lifted, if you can, whilst it's very much lightning out there. So I will catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you, Mods for Mod Chat, and everybody for being here. I appreciate it. I will be live for multiple hours tomorrow, so I hope to see some of you guys there tomorrow. And yeah, stay weather aware, stay safe, and get some good rest, because we have a long day tomorrow. And again, I still think there's the potential for 3-inch hail, 80-mile-an-hour winds, and a few tornadoes, 1 or 2 strong tonight. So please stay weather aware if you're in those tornado watch areas. Again, have multiple ways to receive watches and warnings in the overnight hours. And there's something else. That's a severe thunderstorm warning. But anyways, stay safe, watch the severe weather, and I'll see you guys sometime tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Sunday night. Goodbye. Really. Stay safe, watch the severe weather, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's live stream. Have a great rest of your Sunday night. Thank you, Mods for Mod Chat, and stay safe. Goodbye.